Just, I'm gonna have a chat with Nun now. I don't know what her name is. It is like technically different people. I don't know they have different names. Because Pauline, I believe, I don't know. It's like it's very confusing. But I believe like the whole story, Pauline and Javi, right, and the initial location of that place. I think Javi was a Dutch name, right? Dutch, and then Pauline was like Portuguese or Spanish. I'm not sure. I always mix those two up, but that story, basically, involved at least 3 countries, I think. There you are. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. No, no worries. I apologize for pulling you away from your duties at such a busy time. After that little surprise this morning, I figured you must really have something you want to say. I do. Something very important. And if possible, I would like to discuss it with you somewhere more private. Let me guess. You're going to propose to me? Now, you should know better than that. I am a servant of God the Father. He's the only companion I'm permitted to have. No. I just want to... I know. I'm kidding. I just want to tease you a bit. I can't be away for very long, though, alright? I will do my best to keep it short. Okay, well, let's head inside and find a room then. After you. She just reminds me of Kiara. Kiara from... Technically from Fate... was it Fate Extra? Was it Fate Extra that she was from? I don't know. I never played that game, obviously. But also obviously from Fate Go. Like this nun, I assume Pauline's not evil, right? Pauline, as we saw her, was not evil at all. She was just a victim. But, when she's wearing that nun uniform, she just looks evil for some reason, because, again, she just reminds me of Kiara. Or Kiara? Is it Kiara? Kiara? I don't know. I forget the name, anyway. May I have something, Giselle? What? Yes, what is it? Is there something about me that makes people want to tease me? No, not at all. What would ever give you that idea? If you say so. Okay. Everyone just wants to bully, everyone just wants to bully, Michelle, I guess. Alright, so you have my undivided attention. Make yourself comfortable and speak whenever you're ready. I'm here to help those in need. My ears are at your service. The good, the bad, and ugly. Tell me anything and everything. You're, none. You should probably be a little more particular with your conversation topics. What's wrong? Nothing. I actually want to talk about you rather than myself. About me? You are the people you associate with, I suppose. Are you acquaintances of that Asian swordsman? The Lord's bodyguard. I know of him, but I can't say I know terribly much about him. What? I was under the impression you were quite intimate with him. Did someone tell you you were? No, that was just the feeling I had. Remember, I am a nun. Whatever you think you saw, you were probably imagining. I'm not allowed to give any man special treatment, let alone be intimate with one. There's something between you two, though. What do you mean, something between us? Maybe you should try telling her what we know about him here. His primary motivation is to keep her church running, after all. Is he not here to keep this church, your church, in operation? Is he what? Did he tell you he was? He did. Oh, really? That's a little... No, that's quite surprising. I hardly ever see him talking to anyone. Are you friends with him? Perhaps acquaintances would be a better word. Well, he seems to be a nice enough fellow. Nice? Are you really not close to him at all? No? So if he told you he was trying to protect this church, it would have be out of a sense of gratitude, nothing more. Gratitude for... Well, a while back, he was in a pretty bad place in life, and I gave him some food. This was when I wasn't all the way out here, at a church in the city. There were other nuns there too, as I recall? Right. We also serve as an orphanage, so it was us and a ton of children. I've since fallen out of touch with them, though. But as servants of God, it is our responsibility to offer assistance to those in need, which is exactly what I did for him. No special treatment, I just did the right thing. So, whatever you think you saw between us, there's nothing there. You're Pauline, though, aren't you? No, my name is Mary. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Chotomate? Chotomate? Your name is Mary? Or is it, well, Mary or Marie, I guess? Marie? How can that be? How can she not be her? Marie? That sounds a lot like a name we heard behind the third door. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe she is evil. No wonder I just gained some bad vibes from her. I don't know, man. But I don't think they're the same person. Or maybe not? I don't know. The cell's saying that they're not the same person. Okay, so maybe she's not evil. I'm not sure anymore. I concur. There's no guarantee everyone's name has to be the same. Mel's and Ellie's were, which just made us think they're all would be. That's true. And on the subject of assumptions, it's possible her connection to the swordsman is also a flawed one. Because again, all we have to go on is Mel and Ellie. Although in Morgana's story, I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines of doing what he did to keep her church running. Was he not referring to this woman? I should get back down to the courtyard then. Nellie won't be able to handle everything on her own. It'd be great if you could help with the preparations too. 1 second. There's absolutely nothing going on between you two. Why can't you just accept the answer I've given you? I don't like being so blunt, but you're really overstepping your bounds. I said there's nothing, and there's nothing. What do I say? If she leaves now, it won't be easy getting another chance to talk to her. Will I be able to get him to tell me his story without having her on my side, though? Will I be able to get his key? Maybe you could try talking to him with Mel there. The two of you together could convince him to give up his key. When I encountered his shadow in the mansion, he told me that if I had mentioned the key to him in the past, he would have cut my head from my shoulders on the spot. Oh yeah, he did mention that, I guess. Then, should we try to find the Lord first instead? I think I'll try to shake her up. Take a leap of faith on there being something between them. Happy now. I should really get going. Hold on. Just one last thing. Yes? Would it be possible for you to grant me access to the observation tower? The tower? Why? Because the Lord and his bodyguard are keeping someone in prison at the top of it. What? They've locked up a girl with miracle blood. That's not very appropriate to joke about things like that. I'm not joking. The medicine you're handing out, that's real human blood. What proof do you have? I have someone else who can corroborate my story. And what proof do you have that they're telling the truth? When you hear what he has to say, you'll know. But the greatest proof is his key. Sorry, but there's no way I can believe someone being in prison here. Your claims are affront not only to the good people who give their time, money, and hard work for the church, but to God himself. Open the door, and you can see for yourself. I can't, I don't have the keys. And that does not seem the slightest bit unusual to you? Does it not make you think they may be hiding something? No, because I know what's being kept in the tower. You know. The observation tower is the Lord's personal property. He stores his money and valuables there because the church is less likely to be broken into than his manor. His money. Even thieves fear God, so you can understand why he want to keep his property here. Does that actually make sense, though? If he's so afraid of thieves, surely he can afford to hire guards. He doesn't like keeping guards around. Why not? Haven't you heard? There have been several failed assassination attempts. The Lord is not a bad man. He can just be rather aggressive in his work, which has a tendency to make a man enemies. Some of whom want to see him dead. and keeping his wealth at hand only increases that risk. Now are you satisfied? Insist all you like, but he's not keeping money in the tower. He's gotta... Are you after the Lord's wealth? Is that what this is about? What? Again, I don't like being so blunt, but who do you think I'm more likely to believe? The Lord who has been supporting me in this church, or you who showed up out of nowhere demanding me to open the door? I'm telling you the truth. There's a dying girl in that tower. I'm sorry, and I don't want to do this, but if you keep this up, I'm gonna have to call the guards. I really must be going now. The swordsman. He helped imprison the girl in the tower, so he'd get the money necessary to keep your church up and running. With your help, we could stop this. Take some time to cool off. Would it have killed her to be a little more open-minded? I really hope she considers the possibility we're telling the truth, even just a little bit. Is she so defensive because she trusts the Lord that much? Or is it trust in the swordsman? Or maybe it's simply because she doesn't trust me. I think I'll head back to the courtyard. I need some time to consider our next move. That's a good idea. And there might be something Mel and Nellie could do to help too. Perhaps. Well, that didn't work out, but with not denying any involvement with the swordsman and him being so inscrutable, I find myself at a complete loss as to how to get about crossing the wall standing in the way of getting the truth out of him. My mind brings me back to the events of the second door, the most savage of the three tragedies. The most kill count. The things he did then were undeniably inhuman, which makes me wonder if his perspective on these events would have any influence on Morgana's perception of him. If at all, a positive influence seems the less likely. Was he man, or was he beast? If nothing else, he wanted to be human in the beginning. What was it that he truly desired? If he had been under Morgana's curse, would he have wanted to be the same killer he was? Blinding sunlight drags me from my thoughts. A radiance brighter, more intense than any I've been under today. Or rather, it's probably more my mind interpreting it that way because my eyes can't handle it anymore. Ugh. In a matter of moments, all I can see is white. Michelle, are you alright? I feel a sharp pain, like someone's yanking at the back of my eyes. I'm fine. I just need some shade. Giselle's voice fades away. From somewhere, I think I can hear her calling my name, but instead of sound, all that reaches me is more pain. Then the world starts tilting toward me. No, not the world. It's me who's falling. I assume that's what it sounds like. It's like muffled sounds like this. Michelle, you right? Or something like that. I'm not at the mansion. Where am I? What? Oh. What? Morgana? You're just here? You're awake. Morgana? What are you doing here? Does my appearance disturb you? That's to be expected, I suppose. I'm hardly what you call attractive after all. Oh, you have nice hair. You know, somehow you've kept your hair pretty braided. I don't know. You had time to do that after all this time. I mean, I guess you could just keep it that way, but I don't think that's... You know, it would eventually, I feel like, untangle. Well, then again, I actually don't know. Do braids just stay like that forever? I don't imagine you're supposed to keep it that way forever, though. You need to clean it, right? You need to clean your hair, you know, once in a while. Make sure it doesn't, like, stink up the place. Anyway. Morgana. How do you know my name? How do I know your name? I came to save you. Where is this? Aren't you in the... Huh? What just happened? I tried to say observation tower, but My voice completely disappeared. Where is this? I'm not sure how you couldn't know. This is the witch's cottage by the lake. I found you unconscious outside my door, so I presume you came in search of my herbal medication. Unconscious? Outside her door? Your arm. What? This is before she lost her arm. Does that mean I've traveled even farther into the past? Even more? Or could this be... Hey, you must get yourself far away from this place, Morgana. Better yet, escape to another country entirely. Where did that come from? I have no means of survival if I leave. In that case, beware of two men who will come to visit you. You must not open the door for them. What do you mean? They're a... boy, not... Why do I lose my voice for all the most important details? Is this really the college by the lake? Take a look out the window and see for yourself. There's nothing there. Nothing outside the window. No, that's not exactly right. A reddish-black fog turns beyond the window. A pretty lake, is it not? Not that I have any place talking about beauty. Now I understand. This isn't the real world. It is your world, then, Morgana. Or is it a world within our dreams? May I ask who you are? I once spent much time at your side. This is also very strange. It was always you who was talking to me, and now you don't even know my name. Shall we talk for a bit, Morgana? If you're going to convince me to leave, I won't have it. And please watch what you say. There's something very unsettling about your choice of words. As you wish. In that case, let's talk about ourselves. For so long, I fought to fend off the things you said. Not because I had any particular dislike for you, but because I was afraid of how entrancing the sound your voice was. I empathized the feeling seething through your words, and that understanding almost allowed them to consume me. There was a mysterious magnetism to your voice, and as emotionally unstable as I was at the time, I couldn't possibly have withstood giving into it. You're saying my voice is unpleasant? Not at all. It was beautiful. Frighteningly so. I want to try again. I want you to tell me about yourself. The things you see and feel. I will not be telling you or anyone else about myself. Because they would have to be inhuman to empathize with you. In that case, we can start with me instead. Honestly, I don't want to talk about myself either, because it makes me feel pitiful, worthless. It's a story I would rather pretend never happened. It's not a story I can tell to just anyone. But you can tell me. Indeed. I was born into this world female. Okay, we're just laying it out there, I guess. What? From a young age, being a girl felt somehow wrong. As I grew older, my body developed like a boy's. Not entirely, though. My body is incomplete. I'm missing one thing every man is supposed to have. The change drove my mother to madness and she hid me away, for I was unfit to be in the presence of others. That was when I was 14 years old, and that marked the end of any semblance of normalcy in my life. Morgana, you once told me that our fates were decided before birth, both yours and mine alike. I spent my whole life rejecting that notion, insisting I was a normal person, fighting to prove that I was indeed male. But now that's all over, I think you were right. My fate has always set in stone. And perhaps if I had stopped trying to fight it, if I had shut up and accepted it, I could have lived a longer life. I could have not left Giselle behind. Do you regret your choice? No, I do not. No matter what could have been, I had to have held my ground. I had to keep shouting. Because if I hadn't, it would have rendered my very existence meaningless. No matter what misfortune the decision may have brought, I must not regret it. Everyone has some principle, some belief, some fundamental aspect of themselves they must always stand in unwavering support of, or perhaps must not lose sight of would be a better way to put it. For if we do, we lose sight of ourselves. For most people, these beliefs have probably been internalized so deeply they aren't even aware that they hold them. But what we carry inside us is unique. Difficult for other people to understand, to accept, forcing us to walk a path of solitude and persecution. I believe you genuinely do have miraculous powers. And who knows, maybe your blood is special too. But I think your real power lies in your voice, in its ability to enchant anyone who hears it. Like a siren, you know? That's something that they keep mentioning as, again, like, apparently Morgana's voice is very beautiful, so I'm not sure I'm doing it justice, by the way. But, you know, beyond her just being like a daughter of God and having super blood, I guess, which could just be just a placebo effect, but she does apparently have a beautiful voice somehow. I don't know where that comes from, but she just is born with it, I guess. But it was something you were born with, not something you asked for. Was it not? I am a saint, and a daughter of God. That is the lot I was given, and that is the path I must walk. If I stray from that path or stop walking, I will no longer be myself. It will make me worthless. We mustn't lament the solitude we were dealt. Maybe not, but I think that if either of us had had someone, even one person who accepted us, it would have caused us to see the world in a much different light. I know you had people like that, who treated you like a regular girl, but they're gone now. And have you never leaned on their memory? It comes back to me from time to time, but even then they were different than me. They're so full of kindness, so very human, and while they taught me to experience their joy, not even they could change what I ultimately am. I left my humanity behind far too early in my life. What about you? Do you have anyone special? I do. And do they treat you like a normal person? She does. However, you still know that you're different, that you can't fit in with everyone else, that you're abnormal. You do, don't you? I'm very conscious of that fact. That on a fundamental level, I'm still gray. And that's so long as I am who I am, that I will always be so. Nevertheless, her acceptance allowed me to step onto the path she walked, a path wide enough even for me despite my abnormality. Normies. You are, I expect, only half right about that. You're a man capable of making compromises, with a spirit strong enough to try to walk the path of humanity, while still being an outsider to it. I could never do that. Someone could be standing there, some ordinary but incredibly kind, accepting person, holding their hand out for me, and I don't think I could take it, because I know that if I do, it would only bring more pain. So if I am to take anyone's hand, it must be someone inhuman, someone fundamentally abnormal, and not just mentally or emotionally, but on a deeper level, intrinsically different. Morgana, maybe you could do it. Maybe you could understand even the tiniest bit of my fate. You could do that, couldn't you? Then do it. Understand me. Empathize with me. Take some weight off my back. Morgana. I have every intention of doing anything I can. But you have to understand, I'm not from this time, Morgana. I cannot promise you I will be around much longer. So instead, take as much time as you need to find someone who will accept you, and with them slowly bring yourself back into the path of humanity. It will not be easy, I know. Constant fear of the looks people give you, dreading the things they think and feel about you, terrified by the thought they might abandon you at any moment. You have a present anxiety about whether you're able to fit in with them, but I know you can do it. I know you can bring yourself back to the place you can love, like what you had 4 years ago. I know this is this is heartwarming and everything, and touching, but like, but this is really, you know, he's like, oh, you can get back to being a human and everything, so it'll be great. I mean, assuming the past will not change, and maybe it will, you know, it's like, oh, it's magic, so whatever, but like, that doesn't stop her from getting her arm chopped off, though. That doesn't stop her from getting her arm chopped off, and then like, being, you know, her blood being drawn out every single day and like locked up in the observation tower. Doesn't really help in that case. I feel like, I don't know, anyway. So nice speech and all. Doesn't really help her like actual, you know, physical conditions. Anyway, you really are. You really are, Michelle. You may think talking to my past self can change something, but you're sorely mistaken. Nothing of the girl you see there remains. Poke and prod poke and prod at the past all you like. It won't change anything, my dear. It's all too far gone to have any effect. Well, that was the real Morgana, I guess. A little bit. Michelle. Michelle, are you there? Are you alright? Get up, Michelle, please. Oh, thank goodness, you're awake. Did I pass out? You're awake. Are you okay? Did you hit your head? Nelly. You gave everyone a big scare, dearest Michelle. All of a sudden, you were just on the ground. Were you feeling unwell? No, I just have a natural sensitivity to sunlight. I apologize for any concern I caused you. Sorry for worrying you too, Giselle. And for that rather shameful display. No need to apologize. Like you said, you're sensitive to sunlight. I'm just glad you're alright, Michelle. If anything, I should be the one apologizing for putting so much pressure on you. I had no idea it was so bright out. As long as you're not sick or anything. So you're feeling better now? My head still hurts a little, but yes, I'm fine. What time is it? Almost supper time. Which means I better go back to the cottage. Was I really out that long? At least you woke up before supper. I should get going though. See you tomorrow, Michelle. Good night, Nelly. Well, it's kind of like the whole day kind of wasted, I feel like. Tomorrow is the day before Morgana is supposed to die. Our time is limited enough as it is. That said, Giselle, I saw Morgana. You... what do you mean? How? I don't know if it was in the world of her creation or simply a dream, but in it I spoke with Morgana when she was still alive. What was she like? Not like the Morgana we know now, not someone who seems to feed off hatred. So she really was a saint life, like Mel described her. Though I got the impression being a saint was more like a chain around her ankle, the only way she was able to derive meaning from her life. Not to mention the utter sense of solitude brought about by the knowledge that no one like her would ever come into her life. Do you think she would have wanted to break free from the chains then? Even if she were able to, she would never be able to return to anything resembling normal. Much like I will never have a normal body. Although... Oh, you're awake. That's good. What, you came to check up on me? Don't act so surprised. I'm plenty capable of showing concern for others. That said, no, that's actually not why I'm here. He looks pale. I know you're not feeling well, but if you're up to it, would you mind joining me for supper? I don't know why you would make such a big deal about asking me to... He's the one asking. I think he's getting suspicious. I see. I apologize for not handling my encounter with him better. Don't be. If he was sure I was playing him, I wouldn't be here. So don't blame yourself. Though I would still appreciate if you came. Absolutely. Turning him down would only give him more reason to be suspicious. True enough. I'll do my best not to let anything slip. You try and do the same, alright? Of course. Well, let's get going then. Could the nun have told him what I said to her? Whatever this is about, we don't want to keep him waiting. Be on your guard. I will. And not much you can do the guard against a blade in our neck, though. I feel like. Here he is. I see that. I've been waiting. I saved you a couple of seats, so go on, sit down. Oh, CG. Never had, actually, I don't think we had CG for quite a while, ever since this whole section started, you know? So that's what making thumbnails hard. You know, on YouTube, by the way, because usually on YouTube I use thumbnails based on CGs, you know, because those are the ones that are most, you know, striking. I guess they stand out the most because they're the most like unique moments of like a visual novel. But like most of the episodes in this section does not have a unique CG, so I couldn't use any of the actual CGs. So anyway. So I guess Mel is having some soup, I guess, some nice soup. And, you know, Yukimasa is like a piece of bread there. Good, alright. This is unbearable. What's the matter, Mel? You've hardly touched your food. Lost your appetite. I've never been a very big eater. No. Then why don't you give the rest to your friend here? It's a bit bland, but it's passable. Wouldn't you say? This pressure is nothing if not overwhelming. How does he expect anyone to eat with air so tense? And Mel refused to even look at him. Considering he's the reason Mel's involved in this at all, I can understand not wanting to make eye contact, or even be in the same room. Or you're not going to eat either. Don't worry, there's no poison in it. A thought never even crossed my mind. It crossed my mind though, you know, me, like the one reading this, I actually thought it was poison. Maybe. Why would you think I would be concerned about my meal being poisoned? It was only a joke. You don't tell very good jokes, sir. I don't see the Lord anywhere. He's gone back to his manor. I thought you were his bodyguard. He's a lord. He has more than one guard. Why did you invite us to supper? Is there any reason I shouldn't have? There are plenty. Such as... like... I imagine anyone would feel a little bit overwhelmed dining the Lord's personal bodyguard. Like that. In fact, I'm surprised you two knew each other at all. Let alone were on good enough terms to share supper together. You haven't told this man anything, have you, Mel? Nothing. All I told him was that you were the Lord's bodyguard. I see. You want to know what kind of terms we're on? What? We're accomplices. Such a shame that this was how your reunion had to turn out. You finally get to see him again, only to learn he's a criminal. Wait, what are you... what crimes might you be referring to? Take a guess. What sort of atrocities do you think we're committing? What is he doing? Why would he tell you that? He wants to gauge my reaction, I assume. I have to choose my words carefully. I can't say too much, but I won't get anywhere saying nothing either. How should I handle this? I have no idea. All I'm asking you to do is guess. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. You're putting me on the spot, telling me my friend is a criminal and asking me to guess his crime. Do you honestly think you would get any sort of answer out of me? You make a fair point. Then allow me to change the question. If you found out a friend of yours was a criminal, would you still be able to be their friend? Would that question make you uncomfortable too? Consider it a sort of sideshow to liven up our meal. Don't take it too seriously. It would depend on if they feel guilty about what they've done, and they have any intention of making penance for their crimes. And Mel, well, he's someone who should be ashamed of any wrongdoing he might or might not have participated in. I see. What about you? If you had done something you knew to be wrong, would you be ashamed? Would you make penance? Maybe. Maybe not. You have one hell of a friend here, Mel. Michelle. That was your name, wasn't it? Do you have any other friends? I don't have many, no. Any in this land? No. Why do you ask? I don't have any friends here either. let's be friends. Let's be best friends. This is just an awkward way to make new friends. By the way, this is all he wanted. Nah. I don't have any friends here either, or maybe I never had any at all. Maybe he wants to be a friend, Michelle. Somehow I doubt that. Yeah, I guess not. Any family? I left home some time ago. Are they too far to visit regularly? Why do you want to know? I'm in a similar situation myself. I thought it'd be nice to find some common ground. I find it difficult to take him at his word. So you made the long journey all the way out here so you could see him? That I did. This is just a small detour in his travels. That's what you told me, isn't it? That's right. Very gracious of you to go far out of your way for him. Oh, and Mel, I have a question for you as well. What kind of question? Think of it like a little game. Everything's a game to you. You're standing on the edge of a cliff. On your left is your sister and your right him. They're both about to fall. You can only save one of them. Whose hand do you grab? Surely, this is the first time you heard the scenario proposed? It's not real, it's just hypothetical. Yes, hypothetical, of course. Don't take it so seriously. Come on, it's just a game. You know that, right? You don't need to answer. As he said, I'm only here to see him. When I heard there was going to be a festival, I requested permission to remain till then. If that displeases you for any reason, I apologize. A hypothetical or not, a question like that makes it uncomfortable for everyone involved. Are you just trying to make him feel cornered? Not at all. It was merely a question. As I sip my cup, you know. Yes. Yes. No, it was just a game, so you know. I never meant to make him uncomfortable. My apologies. Now, I suppose I should take my leave, as it seems my presence makes it hard to enjoy the food. Relax. I'm not staying here tonight. I won't get in the way of your reunion anymore. You said you'd be here to the Harvest Festival. They're supposed to be putting on quite the impressive event. Look forward to it. May I ask you one thing before you go? What do you think of the nun? Are you very close to her? I am not close to anyone. Okay. Well, that was a awkward dinner. Alright. So, yeah. Thank you. I was hoping to handle it better than that, but I just can't seem to keep it together around him. I'm really sorry. I can hardly blame you. Thanks. There's something really unsettling about him. I can't say I disagree. What's the deal with that question anyway? The cliff one? Yeah. I think it's best if you don't linger on it. Don't think about it. Any way you look at it, he had to be... Never mind. Anyway, keep your eye out. You probably want to be extra careful tonight. After all that, I'm scared he might be up to something. There's no saying where he actually went. I'm with Mel. I have a bad feeling about what he might do. After a conversation like that, you'd be crazy not to be on alert. That would be wise, yes. I plan to head straight back to my room. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Do you really think we'll be able to get his key? I still can't bring myself to believe there's anything between him and the Saintess. And the Lord's pretty much always inaccessible. Does the Lord say anything when you're all together? Such as? Anything at all? Anything at all. Something to give me some idea what kind of person he is. Sorry, I've got nothing. I usually keep my mouth shut when I'm with them, and they hardly talk to each other either. I see. Sorry. I'm pretty sure you've already heard this, but the Lord is an incredibly suspicious man. I'm not sure he's capable of trusting anyone at all. So it's not really a situation where I can go up and ask him about his personal life. After several failed assassination attempts among other things, he's just grown to be suspicious of everyone around him. If someone's walking up to him and even thinks they might try something, that's all it takes for him to have them beheaded. As a person, his reputation is awful, but he has done a ton to improve the city's economy, so the merchants and artisans think he's alright. And out of curiosity, what is the Lord's name? Huh? You don't know that either? His name is Jean-Francois Bonnier, okay? Jean-Francois, is it Francois? How do I say it? Francois Bonnier. Barnier? Is Barney? I love you, you love me, I'm going to behead your family. No, apparently his name is Barney. What? That name doesn't fit him at all, which makes sense though, because we are in, I guess I assume we're in, you know, Nell and Melly. They're also French names, I assume. So we are in like, we're not, well, I don't know if it's French actually, I don't know exactly French. But at least the very, you know, near like the French part of the world. French, English-ish, you know, part of the world. So that's why he has a different name. So that name doesn't fit him at all, not one bit. He does not look like a Jean-Francois. Because the C is like, because this is like a fancy C, right? It's a French C, so it has to be. It's not like Francois, you know, Francois. It's like so it's like Francis, right? But like French, Jean-Francois. Could that mean he's not the Lord then? No, the Lord is the only other person who did enough to earn Morgana's wrath and be on the receiving end of her reconstruction wish. It has to be him. But between this and them being named Marie, things are starting to get a bit muddled. Hold on a second. I think I've heard the name Bonnier somewhere. There was a diary in the library when I lived at that mansion, as I recall. Oh yeah, it was a long time ago, but they read a book. Written by someone named Bonnier. Now that I think about it, the same diary also showed up in Mel's next life. In it, he was complaining about not having gotten the larger of the family estates. And a bad harvest, I think. That was one of the books your family sent you, right? Actually, that was the one book they didn't. It was already in the library when I arrived. You think he could have written it? And here I thought it was the scribblings of a disgruntled noble. If the noble, or rather if the book really is that old, and the maze was in such good condition for so long. We can't be more than 100 years behind our own time, so it's not inconceivable it would still be in good shape then. But Mel came back many hundreds of years after that. It's almost like it was frozen in time. You know, I think time actually may have been stopped during the times the mansion wasn't present in the living world. I kept it clean, yes, but one person going around dusting would be enough to keep it from falling into disrepair over hundreds of years. Just what on earth is that mansion? Well, it's a cursed mansion. It's a cursed magic mansion. Is it also a part of Morgana's miracle? What's the matter? You've just been standing there, staring off into space. Oh, sorry. I got lost in thought. You know, he's just always being lost in thought. You seem to do that a lot. Just go off into your own world. I swear, you've got to be more absent-minded than me. That's not important though, I guess. Anyway, so I've been trying to think of ways I can help, but sorry, I haven't been able to come over anything. It's fine. I'm simply glad to have you on my side. Sure. Well, I should get back to my room. If you have any good ideas, let me know. I will. I should head back too. I know we don't have much time, Michelle, and that concerns you, but try not to agonize over too much. Sorry. After how well yesterday went, it just feels like we've come to a screeching halt. Honestly, I'm having trouble processing everything. How about for now, we just focus on the immediate issues? I suppose. To start with, we're going to want to talk to the nun again tomorrow. We might have an easier time of it if we brought Nell or Mel or Nellie around. along, rather. She'd probably be more inclined to believe us about the observation tower if it came from them. That might work, though it presents another potential problem. What if she doesn't believe them? It could put the two of them at risk. And there's also the chance he's not involved with the swordsman at all, as she claims. In which case, convincing her doesn't get us any closer to getting the truth out of him. Maybe it would be better to approach it from the Lord's... Uh-oh. Did you hear that? It came from over by the window. Maybe it's a cat. I'll go check. I don't know. I don't know if it's a cat, but... Ah! Jump scare. It's like hand jump scare. Ah! Damn it, there's someone in there. Well, who's talking? It's a ghost. There's a ghost out there. Get away from the window. Hurry, you don't want to possess you. Calm down. Your screams startle me far more than anything. How am I supposed to calm down? We have to go find Mel and get another room. I can't stay in this one any longer. No way. I don't think it was a ghost. Also, you're a ghost, by the way? Why are you afraid of ghosts when you were like alive for 1,000 years and probably basically undead zombie? And also Michelle probably came back as a ghost too, you know, his soul was from the dead. We're all ghosts, actually, when you think about it. In fact, I'm going after them. What? No, you can't be serious. Michelle! Nope. They're gonna go. I'm pretty sure they went this way. Now let's go back to the mansion. You're chasing a ghost. You're out of your mind. You know, now that I think about it, she's essentially a ghost herself, afraid of another ghost. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think I saw movement in the bushes over there. Is this the one? Yeah, you found me. Oh. It's Maria, or yeah, that's her name, right? Also, she's why is she such in such a state, I guess. Making such a pose. Anyway. Is that who I think it is? Be a good boy and pretend you never saw me, got it? I'm off. Hold on. Go after her. Okay, so there she is. So she was, you know, we never saw her for so long when she actually does, or she is, you know, actually around. So she's not, she's different from Maria the nun. So the nun definitely seems to be Pauline, just with a different name. So in this one, or rather Marie. No, the nun's name is it's sort of confusing, but the nun's name is Marie in this timeline, I guess. But this Maria is actually has her own like reincarnation, I guess. Anyway, stop, please. I want to talk to you. You stop. Why are you chasing me? For the record, I wasn't breaking in for nefarious reasons, so you don't need to take me into the guards. I'm not going to report you. All I want to do is talk. I've got nothing to say to you. Well, I do, so please stop. What's your deal anyway? You some kind of creep? Well, if you're wearing that, I don't know. Also, like, what is that? Like, why is she holding that? Like, I guess her corset, but like her corset's loose, and she's holding that thing in her hand. I don't know. No. How the hell is a man chasing a woman down a dark road not a creep? As if you look any less suspicious. Screw off and stop chasing me, damn it! Stop running. Is someone there? Perfect. Help, please! I'm being chased by a strange man. What? What are you? He's gonna do terrible things to me. Is this as bad as it looks? It's worse. What's going on here? Wait a minute, don't do anything rash. I can explain, I'm completely innocent. That's what they all say. This is the worst thing you can say to prove your innocence, by saying I'm innocent. It's like, that's not how you do it. Maria? Oh, okay, her name is actually Maria. So Marie and Maria are very similar names. Well then. Things are suddenly looking better for us. So it would seem. What are you doing here, Maria? Wait, are you Is that you, Pauline? Oh no, her name is Pauline. What? Nani? What? They know each other? And she called her... So I was right. That is your name. That is my earthly name. You know, I've since dropped it, I guess. I've since abandoned that earthly name. It is not who I am now. I am Marie. I no longer go by that name. Marie, that's your name. That's a fucking laugh. You joking? I'm not. I'm that outfit. You become a nun or something. Not part of the gag. That's why you call yourself Marie, huh? Name suits you a hell of a lot better than me. The Virgin Mary's namesake grows up to be a whore. Well, sweet little Pauline grows to be genuine Virgin Mary. What do you say? Want to take my earthly name and I'll take yours? You don't have to be so crude. This seems like it goes south very quickly. That reminds me. I heard the word there was a saintess or whatever at the church here. That you? A saintess, huh? That's just what people call me. I don't actually consider myself a saint. Pure as ever, I see. If it were me, I'll let them put me up on that pedestal, bask in their worship for a while, then swipe all the tights and get the hell out. Or, I can say tights? Is tits? Tights? I would say tits. No, I can't remember. I remember looking it up, but now I forgot again. I don't know how to say that word. But it's like, what that means, like, it's a donation to the church, basically, is what that means. Anyway. Like, tights. Tights? Boots? Tights? You're unbelievable, Maria. Oh, I'm just kidding. Don't take what I say so seriously. What did you come here for, Maria? Well, that's what whores do. We come and go. Okay. Very crude woman. We're anywhere and everywhere, and then we're gone. You do realize this is a church, right? I know. Sacred ground, no place for a dirty old prostitute like me. I'm going to hell, yada yada. I didn't say that. I would prefer you refrain from working on church property. I was on my way out, in fact. But then that white-haired dude came after me. I do believe you tried to break into my room first. What? You keep your mouth shut. You tried to break in? What for? What's it matter for what for? I'm a whore. Maybe someone hired me. Or maybe I came to pillage the tithe box or tiff box? Tiff box? Was it the Lord? Is that who you came to see? Huh? Why would you assume the Lord of all people? There are plenty of the men in need of my services. I thought there might be something between you two. There's nothing between us. Everyone's denying their connections to each other. So, since you're here, Maria, do you want to stop by my place for a bit? So you can grill me about what I'm here for? No, I would admit I'm curious, but if you don't want to talk about it, I won't try and force you. We just haven't seen each other in so long. I'm sure we got plenty to catch up on. Come on, surely you can stay for tea at least. They don't call you the saintess for nothing, huh? You'll even invite a whore into your house for a friendly chit-chat. I wish you stopped calling me that. You're an old friend who I haven't seen in years. It's only natural to want to catch up, is it not? They're old friends. Well, I mean, it seems to be, yes. They seem to be old friends. Not sure that exactly applies to us, you know. But sure, why not? Though to tell you the truth, I have no idea what the hell we'd even talk about, so I'll agree to come on one condition. White hair here comes with. Okay, well that actually makes it better for us. I thought we were going to be abandoned while the girls are going to have their chat, you know, and we're going to be left in the dark. But actually, we get to come with. Who? Me? You can't let this opportunity go. Now that we know the nun is Pauline, we might get more out of her. That's fair, but still. I'm not sure how comfortable I am bringing a man to the house with only girls. And I'm not sure how comfortable I am going. What's the big deal? You afraid you might turn feral? It's funny because, you know, the beast, Yukimasa, is the one that would go feral. Anyway. No, I just... He ain't that kind of guy. You got nothing to worry about. How would you know that? We just met. You seem to trust me quite a bit for someone you just met. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not so much trust. More like the air you give off. Air? You don't like you got the balls to do it. You know? That's a very poignant statement. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like the writer is having a laugh. You see. What did you just say? Yeah, this is like, you shouldn't say that. Damn it, that stings worse than she has any way of knowing. Don't let it get to you. There's nothing you can do about that. Well, what are you waiting for? Come on, get your butts moving. Okay. I'm not sure I like where this is going. Giselle's right though. This could be a good chance to get some new info. Ah! What? What is it? I just remembered. Something vital. She called me a creep. In the third door, she kept calling me a creep. Okay, as like the maid, I guess. It just occurred to me right now that she was talking about me like that behind my back. I can't believe she would do that. Let it slide for now. It's something she does in the future, after all. I'm not a creep, am I? Well, considering what you were like at the time, I can't really blame her for thinking that. Ah, I wish I could erase that phase of my life entirely. It's like embarrassing memories. As being like an immortal maid. Even I get shivers thinking of the maid me. I honestly don't think it was that bad myself. I'll take that as a compliment. Please do. That maid outfit, though, it's quite alright. What? Maid? What? This is quite out of nowhere. Does Michelle have a maid fetish? That maid outfit, though. Yes. I go to like a maid cafe. But anyway, I guess, well, there's Nelly too, so I guess we're all having a chat? We're all having a chat over some tea with a nun, a prostitute, and a little princess. Basically, what a story. I guess we'll see, you know, if we'll reveal anything from any of these people, you know?